Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Junk Podcast, episode 177, recording on Sunday, January 7th, 2024. Happy New Year. My name is Frank.
My name is Sean.
And my name is Andrew.
And it's been a while. We have not recorded in quite some time. We're now into 2024. We've been prepping for our year-end lists, which are not coming yet. That'll be probably next week or the week after. But for today, we're going to be going over all of our wrap-ups, summaries, year in review. We're basically going to be crunching our stats for who games the hardest on this podcast. And before we even get into the numbers, like, we're going to have some serious juicing. Things are going to be debated. I don't know how legit some of these numbers are coming from. Well, not me. My numbers are completely legit. But these other guys, we'll get into it when we get there. But how are you guys doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, it was a nice long break from podcasting, and I've been playing a lot of games, so it's great.
Yeah, I also had a great time. Very successful holiday break. Kids were very happy with all of Santa's gifts, so it was all around a great 2 weeks off, or 3 weeks off almost. So Looking forward to getting back in the show, though, playing some games as well. So it's been an exciting time.
And truth be told, we've all gamed very hard over the last few weeks. I've been seeing you guys online all the time. Huck is putting in some numbers.
Oh, yeah. I've probably gamed the most in the past 2 weeks compared to the whole rest of the year. I've probably gamed the most. So I'm back in. I'm loving it.
All right. Well, anything else we need to talk about before we get into our first ecosystem here, the PlayStation wrap up for 2023?
No, let's crunch some numbers.
All right. We'll get into the PlayStation wrap up. We're just going to go through the kind of tabs here for the most part. So the first tab for the PlayStation wrap up is how many games did you play in 2023 and the first game you played? What do you guys got?
I could go first, I suppose. I have 49 games and Gran Turismo 7.
All right.
I dabbled in 84 games.
Whoa! Dabbler.
And my first game was Just Dance 2015.
2015. Talk about the 2023 wrap up going back here. Man, Sean might destroy me. This might be the most embarrassing day of my gaming career.
I mean, I think my numbers are pretty good. I don't know how proud to be of them because there's some juicing going on.
So Huck was saying he has accounts for his children on his PlayStation. Sean, do your children have their own accounts, or are they playing on your account?
They're all playing on my account, even on the Switch, which it's easy enough to set up profiles. But the problem with all these things is, like, a lot of the games use online services. Usually the online service is tied to the one main account. So nobody wants to use their own separate profile. It just doesn't make sense.
Well,
yeah, my kids they use mine for Xbox, but for everything else, they have their own.
So I feel like this is kind of a Santa Claus situation. I think they're getting old enough that they need their own profiles, and I'm not going to allow this excuse next year. So
they got to start earning their own, legacy of PlayStation trophies,
It's true. I mean,
gotta
they
have their history.
Have separate Steam accounts, but not PlayStation, Nintendo, or Xbox as of yet.
Yeah, don't look at it from Sean's juicing. You're depriving your children of trophies that they could be earning for the rest of their life.
This is the thing, though. Like, when it comes to my numbers, like hours and stuff, they're certainly juicing those. Achievements and trophies, they're mostly just playing the same games they've always played. So I don't know that they're really unlocking a lot of new stuff there, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up.
Well, maybe I was deflecting a bit. My numbers are 56 games on PlayStation, and the first was Neon White. Probably doing my end of year list. Okay, next tab. I hate how you have to watch these stupid animations every time you change tabs.
Well, my animation's done. I could go top 5 games. My big hitters of 2023. Number 1, Hogwarts Legacy. Number 2, Jedi Survivor.
How many? Let's get the hours here on each of these.
Oh, okay. Hours spent on Hogwarts, 44 hours.
Okay.
16 trophies earned, 22% playtime ratio. So that's like a pretty high percentage of my time, I guess. Number 2, Jedi Survivor, 27 hours played, 23 trophies, 13%. Number 3, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. This is definitely my son juice in this game for me. I guess he must have played on my account. 15 hours played, 24 trophies, 7%. Then Spider-Man Miles Morales, 15 hours, 23 trophies, 7%. And then the last, Inscription, 12 hours, 11 trophies, 6%.
Okay. So my number 1 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, 39 hours. Number 2, Rec Room, VR
Rec
game,
Room.
which is 100% the kids. 30 hours on that.
Wow.
Number 3, Spider-Man 2, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 27 hours. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, number 4, with 23 hours. And number 5, another VR game that the kids played, Cosmonius High, 19 hours.
19 hours in Cosmonius High.
Oh, yeah.
That's big.
Some legit numbers. My number 1, Final Fantasy 16, 75 hours played.
Wow.
Uh,
How am I going to beat that for our top list? It's not going to happen.
Now, this is where maybe I should be thankful to Final Fantasy 16. I would say 12 of those 75 hours are intro cameras into cutscenes and characters walking into the frame in dialogue sequences. So thank you for juicing my numbers, Square. Number 2, Sea of Stars,
Sorry, what's the percentage too on the number 1 there?
26%.
Okay. Yeah.
Sean's
Seems like a
trying to
big
do
chunk.
some crunch in there.
No, I'm just curious. I mean, that's
All right.
a lot of hours
there,
in
bud.
one game.
I'll get there. Number 2, Sea of Stars, 48 hours. Number 3,
Wow, that's that too.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 40 hours, including restarting the game and playing a bunch of stuff over again. Number 4, The Last of Us Part 1, 28 hours. And number 5, Dredge, 20 hours.
Nice.
That's very interesting that it's all so recent.
Yeah, it's probably all been the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we should say when these recaps came out, Frank was very concerned.
Very.
But some of them specified that you can keep playing over the next couple of weeks and your stats will continue to update, which he was very happy about.
I promise you, I'm looking at the camera, listeners and watchers. I did not focus solely on PlayStation gaming the last 2 weeks and delay this show to January 7th because they said you had until that date to continue to add to these numbers. I promise I didn't do that.
I'm actually surprised mine doesn't have Spider-Man 2 because, like you guys said, I've been playing a lot of Spider-Man 2, and I'm surprised it didn't hit that list. But
yeah, I don't know exactly
I know
how
it is.
the exact window
Cutoff date.
what counts and what doesn't. But the next one is your gaming style.
Mm-hmm.
Huck.
Yeah, I'm a thrill seeker, baby. 63% of my time was on the edge of my seat, following my goal, no matter what. Sounds like me. Straight line, main quest only.
I am also a thrill seeker. 51% of my game time was on the edge of my seat, though.
I'm a role player.
Oh.
I spent 50% of my game time leveling up, completing fetch quests, watching dialogue in Final Fantasy 16, and saving the world once again. All right, next up. I don't know if this is month.
Do the month?
No,
month
we're
by month?
skipping that one.
Okay.
Next one. Next, skip it as well. Some PlayStation Plus garbage.
Yeah, ad.
All right, this is the big one. Hours played.
Okay, this year I played 193 hours.
That's pretty good.
And then it said 63% playing 30 games on PlayStation 5, 36% 20 games on PS4.
What's your favorite controller? If you scroll down.
If I scroll down? Oh, the DualSense.
Duh.
Like, what else would it be?
All right, Sean.
All right. 285 hours.
Wow.
61% on PS5, 38% on PS4, 20% on PSVR 2,
Wow.
and 17% on PSVR.
Let me
Still
just
playing
say,
PSVR.
I gave up on watching football this afternoon to put an hour into Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm so glad I did, because my final number is 286
Oh
hours.
my God.
94.76% of that playing 41 games on PlayStation 5, 5 on PlayStation 4 with my favorite, the DualSense. All right, next up. Yes, I did it. Yeah, baby.
All right, here's where Frank takes over, though.
That was the one page I was concerned about.
So what'd you beat him by, like 1 hour?
1 hour.
Nice.
One single beautiful hour where I was probably on pause in Final Fantasy looking at a guide.
Probably. Okay, trophies. 156 trophies, 1 platinum, 10 gold, 30 silver, 115 bronze. And that doesn't sound very good to me.
And did it say your trophy level increase?
My trophy level increased 4 levels, it says.
From
300 to 304.
Okay. Sean?
Okay, 275 trophies, 0 plats, 21 gold, 55 silver, and 199 bronze.
0 plats, dude?
I don't do plats.
Even I got 1 plat. Come on.
I think I have 1 plat in my entire life. So trophy level increased 15 levels, 238 to 253. I'm not sure what those icons mean, if anything, but
yeah, I mean,
so my 301 is bronze, and then my 304 is like silver. So maybe there's like a switch over there.
But my numbers are higher, and mine are the same things too. So,
okay, weird.
So in 2023, I earned 329 trophies.
Wow!
Look at all that shiny platinum. We love to see it. 4 platinums, 28 gold, 56 silver, 241 bronze. And my trophy level increased 7 levels from 400 to 407.
Wow.
That's what you call gaming, boys.
I can't believe, Sean, with all those trophies, you're only at level 200 or whatever, 290 something. I thought you'd be way above me.
All right, let's wrap this one up. Let's wrap up Friend Maker. Maybe you guys can make up some number. Maybe you're more popular than him. I only made 2 friends. Did we cut out here?
Something
you cut out. We'll have to.
Oh, it's a Friend Maker.
Probably these animations, taking over your computer for a few seconds.
PlayStation major suck. My social style, I'm a lone wolf, baby. Sometimes all you need is a single player game and some good snacks. I agree.
Sean?
Hey, my social style, influencer, baby. I broadcasted 42 hours of gameplay this year that nobody saw.
I'm the Friend Maker. With your magnetic personality, you made 2 new friends this year.
Oh,
huge! Talk about magnetic. Literally 2 ends of a magnet, positive and negative. Huge. Now, PlayStation stars. I don't think we need to go over these numbers. I had 66 digital collectibles and 11,000 points. But this is a good opportunity to say, if you're not on PlayStation rewards or stars, I know the PlayStation app is absolute garbage. One of the first things, or one of the worst things ever created for modern cell phones. But the reward system is not bad. I bought Dredge with the coins. There's games you can buy. worth checking out, especially if you have PlayStation Plus, and you'll get some free coins and stuff like that. So don't sleep on it. Give it a shot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And is there anything on what a year? What a year. We've done it. Anything else we need to add for our PlayStation wrap-ups?
I don't think so.
I think that's more in depth than I think most of the other ones. So
okay, well, I did it. I beat Sean. That's all I was worried about. All right, here we go. Steam is up next. Not quite as interesting numbers, but maybe we'll just go through the squares. How many games played?
31 and 19 new games.
All right, Sean.
The old dabbler over here, 88 games, 62 new ones.
Wow.
Certainly dabbles. We cannot deny him the title
Dabbler.
Of dabbler. What I said.
Real.
My games played this year, 69 and 59 new ones. All right, achievements unlocked.
133 in 19 games, 2 rare achievements.
Ooh, ew.
I know, not very many.
Stinky.
294 in 56 games, 9 rare achievements.
563 achievements unlocked. Games, 61 very rare achievements.
61 rares. Wow. This guy.
Oh, yeah. It's called gaming, boys. Look into it. I'm keyboard and mouse. I'm 3%, 97% controller.
Where's that?
I don't have that.
Oh,
my next box is longest play streak. 15 days with I don't know, it says 3 games played in that 15 days. You might have a different.
Yeah, mine's like this whole thing. I still have my top 3 games under that. Jedi Survivor, Forspoken, and Call of Duty.
Okay. Mine are Sean, what's your next box top right? Is
Mine
it
was
also
the longest streak as well? 19 days, 9 games played.
Weird.
Maybe Frank's streak is so long it just broke that box and had to put something else in there.
Probably.
I don't want to do the what you play breakdown because they use a word for a particular type of game known as Metroid likes, and they use something else. It's my number one entry there.
Hang on. We skipped over our top 3 games. I got to talk about my top game.
Oh, sorry.
No Nozzle. Top game.
45%
playtime.
Yeah.
Subnautica, 14%. And Final Fantasy 2, 13%.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've got number 1, Baldur's Gate 3, 10%. Number 2, Talos Principle 2, 8%. And number 3, The Entropy Center, 7%, which was, I guess, back in January.
My longest daily streak was 10 days. That was way lower on mine. And these do not update because I have played a lot of Dave the Diver and Viewfinder the last few weeks as well. So I'll carry those forward into 2024. But I forgot, Forspoken. I played a lot of Forspoken. I got to find a way to get that on my top 10 list. Someone has to support Forspoken, and it's me. All right. Do we have anything else to say about Steam? Everything else, it's all kind of just a bunch of lists of games and achievements I got.
Yeah. Do they don't have a total hours?
I don't think so. No. And I get that. Steam numbers can be really weird if you leave a game running, and even the Steam Deck subtracts hours when it adds them and then subtracts them sometimes. And I think the hours on PC would be a shit show because people leave games running in the background. And
yeah, I could see that.
So a bit of a bummer, but hey, we had some decent numbers. Now, normally Nintendo is my worst, but 2023 was a little different. In fact, it might be my strongest out of all 3.
So is that where we're going next? Nintendo?
Yeah, Nintendo.
Okay.
Is this the first year they've done a year in review?
I think so. I don't remember doing this last time.
Yeah.
My first game of 2023 was Metroid Prime Remastered.
Nice.
My first game of 2023 was somehow Bayonetta. Must have been a library borrow.
Really? Bayonetta 1?
Bayonetta 1.
Huh. Mine was Super Mario Maker 2, which was almost certainly not me.
I should say I did get my first game from the library this week. The Wellham Library. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! How dare you
used to
disrespect developers like that? How
for
dare
Pikmin
you?
3 Deluxe for the Switch. And you know what? I'm gonna end up paying $80 for it. Or using a voucher. I can tell because I kind of liked what I played, and I might need to make a push for Pikmin 4 for next week.
Oh boy!
Yeah, that might include dumping Baldur's Gate and Alan Wake.
I've been seeing Pikmin 4 on a lot of lists. It's definitely got me intrigued. But
Corey said it would be his game of the year when I was talking to him, so I gotta play it. Okay, you played. Sorry, we'll go back to our rotation. I went out of line there. Huck.
Oh, okay. 21 total games, 63 total hours. Not a very big Nintendo year.
39 total games, 321 total hours.
What? Check those numbers. That can't be big.
Well, we'll get to the game breakdowns in a minute, and it kind of holds up. But
man, I got too cocky. 27 total games, 303 hours.
This might be the first time Frank has been under either of us, so I count it as a win.
Big time.
I gotta hear
might be some juicing going on, but
Sean, we have won 2023. It's official. We won.
All right. What are the game numbers? Most played, top 3 will do.
Tears of the Kingdom, 25 hours. Mario Wonder, 5 hours. Metroid Prime Remastered, 4 hours. Those are my top 3.
Wow. Tears of the Kingdom, 102 hours. Super Mario Maker 2, 53 hours. Super Mario Odyssey, 51 hours.
Now, which of those two were yours?
Most of those were not mine. Like Tears of the Kingdom was almost 100% me, but the other two were very little me.
Okay, I feel a bit better. My number 1, in the game I played the most this year, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Doing all 120 shrines, crushing just about everything that game has to offer. 125 hours in Breath of the Wild from 2017. My number 2, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 69 hours. And
seeing a trend with this 69 number.
Number 3, Pikmin 2, 37, of which 27 were agonizing hours, wanting to break that game in half.
And you know what, though? You stuck with it. I appreciate that.
That didn't even include my recent run on Mario Wonder, where I did everything except for one thing, which we'll talk about probably in a couple of weeks. And some other Switch gaming lately. Okay. Gaming trends.
40% action, 38% adventure, 12% classic games, 5% shooting, 3% strategy, 2% racing, which I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure I played a lot of Mario Kart, and I'm surprised racing is only 2%.
I've got action at 51%, adventure at 33%, shooting at 5%,
classic mechanic,
party at 5%, education at 3%. I have no idea what that even is, and racing at 3%.
Don't get me started. Like, these aren't even real genres. What, like, Nintendo, you're better than this. Shooting is action.
Yeah. Well, I guess is that first-person shooter specifically? I don't know.
Yeah, but if you're having high-level genres, shooting, like, get real. This is embarrassing, Nintendo. 44 action, 42 adventure, 8 strategy, 4 shooting, 1 classic, 1 role-playing. What a joke. When did you play the most?
May, 30 hours. Basically half of my Switch time was probably Tears of the Kingdom, I imagine.
Mine was January, 65 hours played.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that maybe was there anything that I was trying to catch up on for last year's
That might have been
year-end list? I don't really remember now.
My most played month was April, getting ready for Tears of the Kingdom, playing Breath of the Wild, 128 hours. And I was obsessed with Breath of the Wild. I played it every free minute I had. Most overrated game ever. Okay. I don't think we need to do favorite game. That's kind of a rehash. I think that's it. Anything else we need to cover here for Nintendo?
No,
I think that's everything.
You want to talk about your gold point and platinum point balance? Or?
No, we're good. That's too personal. All right, year in review for Xbox 2023. Now this is like Rock Band numbers. That's it. This is basically my Rock Band stats for the year.
Okay, what are we doing?
Sean's gonna have really good numbers for this. This is where he's gonna like start.
Are we saying our lifetime gamer score and our current rewards balance, or what are we saying here?
Let's say I got to get something good out of this.
Okay, lifetime gamer score 57,717. 57,717. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to do the rewards. Rewards are stupid. Let's go with the total playtime. 233 hours, 65 total games, 2,938 gamer score, 103 achievements, and most played month is January.
Sean, if he adds the hours with Xbox and Meta, this is where he could take over cumulative for the year. Legit.
Meta's gonna blow everyone out of the water.
Well, especially with my kids playing VR. But okay, lifetime gamer score 47,091. But 2023 highlights: total time 358 hours.
Whoa!
Total,
This guy's a gamer.
Total.
I gotta bow to Sean. Sean, you're the king of games. KOG.
I'm the king of Game Pass, I guess. Like what can I say? But
KOG.
Total games 126.
Oh, doubled me.
Gamer score 6,904. Total achievements 289, and top month September.
Holy smokes!
I think I'm losing my internet connection, boys. I think I got a piece out.
Might want to unplug that computer right about now.
Yeah. Lifetime gamer score 163,022.
That's big.
Current rewards just for shits and gigs 123,891. 2023 highlights: total time 31 hours.
Ooh,
and you know what?
What happened?
Let's be honest. This is not a reflection of me. This is a reflection of Xbox and how shit their games are. I played.
Do you still pay for Game Pass?
I do. It's embarrassing.
Why?
I had accumulated 3 years when there was what would you call exploits for converting from Xbox Live to Game Pass when that happened. That finally ran out in October, and I keep forgetting to cancel it, but I will. Total games 11. Total gamer score 100%. The lowest number, I can guarantee, the lowest achievement number I've ever had for a year in my life. Double digits, plus 62.
Ooh, wow.
5 total achievements.
Oh, 5. Wow. Frank, what happened to you?
I mean,
you're all PlayStation.
What happened to Xbox?
No, you know what happened? PC Master Race happened to you. You went all PC on us.
True. Xbox
that's
is
part of it.
hot garbage. You know what? I'm proud of these numbers.
You could have been playing half of these games on PC Game Pass, but
I
chose
paid
not to.
for them. I double paid for them and played them on Steam just for fun, just to stick it to Xbox and Phil, the hero. Okay, wow, Sean, you crushed, bud. Oh, let's do number one most played game.
This is
Wow,
where the
this is
cracks
surprising.
start to show in mine a
Oh,
little bit.
yes. I'm glad I was going to let it go. I'm glad I pushed.
Hang on, before we go on, Sean, what percentage in the top players are you?
Top 15% for hours
Oh, interesting.
played. Top 5% for gamer score. Top 5% for achievements.
Oh, I thought you'd be higher. I'm 20%, 10 and 10. I thought you would be higher than that with that many hours.
Oh, those are impressive, Sean.
My top game, Pentiment, 27 hours played.
Did you finish that game?
I did not. I don't think so.
Interesting.
Sean?
My number one most played game, Goat Simulator 3.
Oh, my.
boy.
68 hours, baby. Although I played it co-op a bunch, so I did actually play it.
That's probably your favorite game. You love that game.
But number two, Starfield, 45 hours. So
that's not bad.
Here's where my juice comes in. Now, my number two, Minecraft, 21 hours. Not really a Minecraft guy.
Minecraft's my number three.
Nice.
But I don't understand why, because nobody's playing Minecraft on Xbox.
Someone was.
It says Minecraft launcher specifically. So I feel like just loading up Minecraft on PC is somehow tied to Xbox. I don't really know.
It must be.
Something's up with these numbers. My number one most played game is Rock Band 4, 21 hours. It's the only reason I'm Xbox.
21 of your 30 hours?
And 4 hours of Redfall with Sean. Oh no,
my number three, Guardians of the Galaxy. 20 hours. Free on Epic.
Yeah, currently.
Mine was Lies of P, which I think was just the demo. Okay. Wow, indeed, Sean. You crushed, bud. Gloat. Go nuts. I would.
Yeah, I'm not feeling like it's
We're not going to let him bask in his full glory and go over the meta numbers.
Oh, we're doing meta next.
Oh, okay. I pulled up mine. I'm ready. I got it. Mine is amazing.
These are my most embarrassing numbers because when you read these numbers, what you don't understand is how much money I put into MetaQuest to accumulate these paltry numbers. Andrew, what do you got?
I've got 9 active hours. And my top app, YouTube VR, 3 hours. Achievements earned 6. And total apps visited, whatever that means, 10.
Okay.
That's it. That's the whole wrap up.
Give it to us, baby. Blow us away.
The wrap up sucks. But 81 active hours. Top app was Meta Horizon Worlds, which...
You're the person playing that?
I'm not the person playing that.
No, I just meant in the world, not in your house.
Oh, yeah, I'm the one person. No, my kids, like, they just like, because you can kind of browse through different experiences and stuff, and just, I don't know, people are making weird little games in it. Total apps visited 32, and achievements earned 46.
14 active hours for me. My top app, Dungeons of Eternity, 3 glorious hours spent with Sean when I smashed my hand against the bookcase. 19 total apps visited, 27 achievements earned. So, you know what? I don't really care about it, but I like that it's a nice, simple page of information. All right, Sean, I think you're the winner this year.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I mean, I'm proud of my numbers, regardless of how juiced they are. I did play more than I have in the past few years anyway. So
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm taking note and I'm making a solemn vow to absolutely destroy these numbers for next year. I'm gaming harder than I've ever gamed in my life this year. I don't have any resolutions per se. Do you guys have any gaming resolutions before we move on to what we played?
Finish more than like one game. That's my gaming resolution for next year.
Yeah, just play more stuff. I would say try to go back to the list of shame and finish some more older games, but I don't know, doing this show in particular, I just like to stay with newer stuff because it's at least something I could try to stay on top of. But
Yeah, like
we'll see.
honestly, if it wasn't for the show, I think I would have gone back and played Horizon Zero Dawn like 3 times. I just want to try that game again, but I don't. I did scratch off Hollow Knight off my list of shame, which I was pretty pleased about. Couple of games like that for me this year. I did start it, but I want to get back to Inscription because I've never finished that game, especially with Pony Island sequel coming out and getting into that a bit more, and possibly PlayStation. One thing I really like in PlayStation Stars is the Hard Game Club. They have these collectibles for each month doing a certain trophy from a hard game. And this month, it's Dark Souls, doing something in the original, well, Dark Souls remastered. So I kind of want to go back and try and play a Dark Souls game, but I'm not quite sure yet. Those are my. I know one of my resolutions last year that I failed miserably on was beating a strategy game for the first time. And
I mean, Pikmin.
yeah, I did beat 2 strategy games, Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2. I did it. I achieved my resolution. I didn't even know it. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, just thank Nintendo for their wonderful categorization of games.
It's true. All right. I think that's it for the 2023 wrap up. A great year for gaming. Some people saying the best year for games ever. We'll weigh in definitively either next week or the week after. We shall see. I mean, I can tell you right now, it's not one of the best years for gaming ever, but it was a very good one. And I'm looking forward to these top 10 lists and maybe really getting some hot takes in these top 10 lists because everything else is so boring out there. Same shit everywhere. Okay. Anything people played over the last 3 weeks, preferably or leaning towards stuff that might not make a top 10 list or is a recent release?
I played one thing. I played a game called Against the Storm, which recently came to Game Pass.
Someone was just talking about this game to me last night, and it sounded really cool.
Yeah, so someone, I was listening to a podcast where someone put it as their number one game. So I was like, I got to try this game, and it's on Game Pass now. And I only played like kind of the intro or tutorial, but it's this weird, almost like strategy.
Well, I kind of heard it
city builder.
Yeah, like
with like a deck building
right?
mechanic.
Yeah,
was that?
It's like more of a construction management, but it's a roguelike.
Yeah, and it's got like a deck builder mechanic sort of thing going on too. So overall, it wasn't too complicated.
Actually roguelike?
Well, it is in the sense that you kind of like build a city and then you kind of like defeat the mission or whatever. And then the next time you play, you have to reset completely. Yeah. So it is kind of like a roguelike in that regard. And you do start from just your base level building blocks, I guess, or town like build. So if you think of like StarCraft, and instead of like unlocking everything and then being powerful as you go on to each mission, you lose all your progress in that regard.
Okay, that sounds pretty roguelike-ish.
Yeah, so it was pretty fun. It didn't really like grab me though. I do want to give it another shot because people are talking about it, that it's, this incredible game, but I just have too much other stuff and I don't think I'm going to get back to it. So I'll just kind of leave it as is for now, but it did have potential and I would have liked to play more, but yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, screenshots look kind of interesting. I don't know, like it's not really a genre I'm that into, but
yeah, I do like roguelikes. I like construction management games. I'm finding it depends. Like fishing games are a big one for me, like Dredge and Dave the Diver. So, and I love Spiritfarer, so they can hit for me. Sean, anything for you?
Nice. Yeah, so I guess I'll touch on Asgard's Wrath 2, which you haven't fired this up yet, Frank. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there is a chance this could crack my top 10. I started playing it, the week it came out, and I was kind of like, it took me a little bit to sort of adjust to some things in it. And I guess for people who don't know, like, the first game was an Oculus Rift game, I guess, or like a PC Oculus game. So you couldn't play it as a standalone on the Quest. This one is a standalone, and but it's sort of like it's a really big kind of action RPG. Definitely influenced by God of War, no question there.
Zelda to some degree.
Yeah, and it's like my first thought is like it felt a little bit like like second rate God of War, like a little bit. The voice acting wasn't quite as good. I'm like, I'm not. Do I care about any of these characters? And then there's the whole thing that the sequel. So the first game I think was more Norse mythology. This one they shift to Egypt, but it's still called Asgard's Wrath. And like they're mentioning Loki, and I was like, what? Like this is such a weird. But I think it's just for the sequel they shifted to Egypt, and I actually do like that as a setting. And
Yeah,
the
I think
Egyptian gods and
Loki
stuff.
is one of the main antagonists in the first one, and he's kind of changing personalities from the brief amount I've played. So it's a bit like the hub world of what's in Norse mythology. What's the hub world?
The tree,
Where-
Yggdrasil or whatever.
No, like where do all the gods live?
Oh, Valhalla.
I don't know.
Asgard?
I thought Asgard was Earth I don't know anything.
Azir? I don't know. I'm just throwing names out there that
Oh,
sound
yeah,
right.
all
I
these
feel
words
like it's
sound
Asgard.
right.
Asgard's the answer.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it uses that, but it's like God of War where you go to other realms and the game kind of gets reskinned. I think if they do a third one, it'll be a different realm. I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense, but it's
Does it have puzzles in the first one? Some of the cool stuff is you could go into God mode and you're looking down at an area from like a huge scale and you can manipulate things to solve puzzles. I thought that was a really cool mechanic.
yeah, they have those in this. So the idea is you are a god, I guess, but you can possess a human, and there's different humans you can take over. So then you're generally like, obviously it's VR, it's first person. You're kind of going through these. It's an open world, but there's sort of like dungeons as well. And you have a sword and an axe. And the axe is very similar to God of War, where you can throw it and then recall it back to you. And you use that to solve puzzles and stuff. And the combat is really solid. Like, honestly, one of the best, like, implementations of combat where it feels like what you're doing isn't just kind of waving a sword around and hoping it hits something. Like there's flow to it and there's strategy to it. So
when I played the first one, I would say most of the like Enter or Dungeons of Eternity and other big combat based VR games use that game as the template. The first one, I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense. But this, yeah, it's very polished. And in terms of like, there's just a lot of mechanics and abilities. It's just a big game is kind of the problem. And it took me a little while to kind of get my bearings. And now I'm kind of into it and I want to keep playing it. I keep saying, oh, I should play this other game for the year-end list. But like, I keep kind of going back to it. So it's definitely pulling me in.
And then once you hit your groove after an hour, the battery runs out.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other issue. Plus the kids are sometimes trying to play VR and I want to play and then the headset's dead. And so that's annoying. But like, a lot of people saying it's one of the best VR games to date. And I think it's definitely up there. Like it's a lot of the talk is about how big the game is and like how many hours it is and how much there is to do. And like that stuff is not like, that's almost a turnoff for me, but the actual gameplay is really, really good. So I'm enjoying it. If you have if you bought a Quest 3, I think you would get it free. Is that correct this year?
Yep.
But if not, it runs quite well on the Quest 2, I'm finding. And in fact, I think some Quest 3 owners are a little ticked off because there's not a lot of enhancements for it on Quest 3 as of yet. I think it's like higher resolution and there's something else, but like it seemed like they really just decided let's launch it in a really solid state for Quest 2 and 3, and then we'll start optimizing and adding stuff for Quest 3.
Nice.
So, yeah, check it out.
Did I play anything? That's not going to be on my top 10 list. I don't think so. Do you have anything else while I'm thinking, Sean?
So, okay, I got one game I want to mention that, again, could make my list. This one's a really, like, I don't think it will. But I don't know if you guys have heard of Super Crazy Rhythm Castle.
No.
This is I think it's a Konami developed game. I know it's published by Konami. Maybe they may not have developed it, but it's a rhythm game, but it's almost like Overcooked meets Rock Band. So there's like a story and you're kind of in this castle, and as you're going along, there's sort of these little mini games that you have to do, and it'll play a song, and the soundtrack is really eclectic and interesting and fun. It's like, there's dubstep to metal to hip hop and funk and just all this, but with good songs. I was enjoying the music. But like within each level, there's a song you have to play, but then there's other things going on. So like, one level is like you have to destroy a bunch of things with like saws and bombs, but these items have to be charged. And the way you charge it is you put it in a dock and then you start playing the notes to the song that's playing in the background, and that charges it up. So it's like if you're playing co-op, one person can be doing the song and charging the items while the other person's running around and destroying stuff. That's just one example, but it's got kind of a quirky Undertale style of humor. And yeah, it's a fun, on normal difficulty level, it's like 3 buttons you're doing, but it actually does feel like you're kind of playing along with the song. So I don't know. It's a little underrated gem, I would say, for this year.
Sorry, what are you playing this on?
I'm actually playing it on PS5. Strangely enough, I got the physical copy. It's the only physical game I own for PS5, but it was a Christmas gift.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
Because it reminded me, I wanted to try that Headbangers Rhythm Royale at some point with the bird rhythm game.
Yeah. I still haven't tried that either, and it might be kind of similar, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
That's where that came from, and I did want to try that. I have a game I could mention, Cookie Cutter.
Oh yeah, I bought it. I haven't played it yet.
It's a Metroid-like that was getting a bit of buzz, and I bought it when it came out and hadn't played it. And I'm like, I just fired it up one night and I was absolutely loving the intro. I thought it looked awesome. It was kind of dark, and the initial gameplay felt pretty tight, and it was changing some camera stuff. I thought it looked great. And then about an hour in, or maybe even less, it tries to teach you the parry mechanic. And I had no idea how to parry. I tried it like so many times and I can't parry. I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking for. What am I supposed to do? I literally would like wait. I tried every possible timing and I could not parry. And I went to Reddit and I'm like, am I missing something? What's the deal? Huge thread of everyone saying I stopped playing as soon as I got to the parry. The parry's brutal. Don't even know what I'm supposed to do. So I don't know what the deal is there. If someone's listening or watching and knows what I like, there's a trick to parrying in this game, please tell me, because I thought it was going to be good. And I'm like, I'm done. I have no idea. I'll never know how to parry in this game based on what I've done. You've effectively completely failed to teach me how to parry.
I mean, if you're having problems with parrying, then I'm going to have huge problems with parrying. That is
some
not a
people
good
say
sign.
You don't have to parry. They beat the game without even parrying at all. But I cannot accept that, and I will not continue until I can successfully parry.
Okay.
Up
Well,
until that point, it was pretty good. It was pretty cool.
I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. So I'll let you know if anything.
Yeah, if you hey, this could be your year. If you can figure out parry, yeah, you let me know.
Okay.
You might have just taken over.
Seems unlikely, but I will let you know.
And other than that, I've just been crushing Dave the Diver and Spider-Man and Mario Wonder a lot. You know, so I don't have to do it during the top 10 list. Mario Wonder, I tried to do everything in Mario Wonder. And did you make it to the final special stages, special world, Sean? Did you do everything?
No, I mean, I think we talked about this. Like, I did some of the special stuff, and then Kieran took over and did most of it. But I think there was like 2 or 3 he didn't do. So he was close to the end, but he definitely didn't get to the final one.
So there's a final one, and then there's a final challenge. And it's got 9 sections or 10 sections for every badge. And they're like challenging sections. And it's kind of designed, they tell you buy 99 lives for this because you're going to die a lot. So I was fine with that. I was making my way through it. It was actually kind of fun because the game's super easy. It's probably my biggest criticism with the game. It's not that challenging. Like, I'm enjoying this. And then the last section, the very last thing of the final challenge of this game is, I think, no, it's still not the worst. It's still not as bad as the jump rope challenge moon in New Donk City. That is the worst thing ever put into a Nintendo game. This is second worst. And you have to do these jumping challenges while you're invisible. And eventually I could do the first ones. And then there's a last part where you have to jump on these like balloon fish things. And I cannot get it. I've tried it probably 200 times and I can't even get past the first part. Like, I'm never going to do this. And it really pissed me off. So you probably cost yourself about 3 spots on my top 10 list, Nintendo. So keep it up, keep shit like that up, and you're going to be knocked off completely. But oh my God, if you have a trick or a tip, let me know, because I have never been more frustrated with something. I wasted so much time on this, precious time that I could have been playing other stuff to. Well, I still wouldn't have beat Sean, but I hate you, Nintendo, right now. All right.
I got one other just real quick thing. I don't know. I thought maybe you mentioned you played this before, Frank, but Suika game, you played this at all?
Just the demo when you got platinum coins for trying the demo.
Okay. Yeah. So this is like on Switch. It's like, I mean, I think they actually had it like a month where it was free to play or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Only
There's
a couple
demo
dollars
you could play, and apparently there's lots of knockoff games for this too. And they added one to the PlayStation Store, and then it got removed. So I think it's actually a popular game, maybe in Japan. I don't know, but it kind of feels like that game Threes that got copied into 2048, and now everyone's making copies of this.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. I mean, it's a very simple concept, one of those things where it just kind of feels like anybody could have come up with this, but
it kind of is like Threes, where 2 things add to make another, and then those things add to make something bigger, but it has physical, tangible space of fruits.
Yeah. So it's like Tetris, but there's fruit falling down. Suika, I believe, means watermelon, which is like the biggest of the fruit. And what happens is you'll start with smaller fruit, and if 2 of those touch, they turn into a bigger fruit. And there's like a progression for all these fruit. And but like it's they're falling down, and you're trying to place them, but then when they kind of hit the ground and hit other fruit, they're sort of like rotating around, and they're always like moving because of physics. So it's got a little bit of that like Peggle, or I don't know what other games I would compare it to, but it's like, there's a bit of randomness there where it's like it falls and then all of a sudden like ping, 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 a bunch of other things happen all at once. And that kind of just, I don't know, that adds to the addictiveness of it. But it's a very simple game. But for a couple bucks. Like I was enjoying it. It's kind of a cool twist on Tetris type game.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about Avatar, Sean?
I'm pretty sure we did. I think on the very last
Maybe
episode we did.
briefly.
Yeah, I think we did.
briefly.
I haven't played it since then. It's been so long I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I haven't really played it either, which is not, I mean, I actually do want to play it still, but
Yeah, me too.
too much other stuff to catch up on.
Absolutely. And I still haven't gotten to the Valhalla DLC for Ragnarok, which I really want to try.
Yep, hearing good things about that as well.
Okay. Anything else, or is that everything?
That's it for me.
That's it for today.
All right. Well, it's great to be back. Great to see you, gentlemen. Nice job on your 2023 wrap-ups. You crushed it. I'm an embarrassment to gaming. Let's make 2024 the best year in gaming ever. And
Back to the year of Frank. Come on.
let's
Get it back.
Let's make it the year of Game Junk. YouTube.com/Game Junk. Like, subscribe, get on there, leave a comment. And thank you for watching or listening. And we'll be back with maybe our top 10 or maybe our most anticipated games next week. Have a great 2024. Bye-bye.